The reality of humanity is that we are all wanting to find place and space or something that makes us feel like we are valid. And so that's why it's important to uplift and make space for all identities within the queer community, right? I often say you have to remember what it was like to be a kid, right? And I think from my memory of what it was like to be a kid, it never felt good to be the person that was on the outskirts of a thing, on the playground, in the classroom, right? Like at the party, it never felt good. And so I think about that within our community. What sort of internal harm can we keep from happening to someone if we create a space that's more inclusive and welcoming and just say, come on in. Stonewall, the organization, is an LGBTQ-centered organization that's creating space for the vast identities within our community. I am an LGBTQ member, right within that community, and I firmly believe in the creation of space for people, right? Because as someone who's deeply intersectional, it's important for me to be able to feel like other people feel welcomed in my presence, and I feel welcomed in their presence. As the executive director of an LGBTQ organization like Stonewall Columbus, it's not singularly about administrative sort of work of running an organization. It's also about being able to tell a compelling story and weave a compelling story about the importance of the organization.
So I came to Columbus in 1988. And at the time, I wasn't out. I didn't have an opportunity really to come out because I didn't know anyone. I didn't know where to go, but I knew that it was definitely something I wanted to do. It was something I've known ever since I was 10 years old. But I soon realized there weren't a lot of opportunities, right? Stonewall offers, it's an amazing support to the community. It's an amazing place for people to go to feel welcome, to get counseling, to be social with each other. So I do a lot of activities with the group, what is it called? It's not the Senior Sneakers, it's the Trailblazers. So I do some work I attend events with the Trailblazers, and those are individuals who are 50 plus, who get together and do a lot of social activities. There are other events that take place there. It was always that resource, that place where people felt safe that they could go to.
As an organization, we've been around for 40 plus years, and our mission and our sort of idea has evolved, but I think always stay true to the sort of a core premise of being able to ensure that we're uplifting our community, so that we're all seen and thriving. And so over the years, that's meant, in sort of an advocacy way, speaking up and uplifting legislation that might be important, or, currently ensuring that we are producing one of the largest Pride festivals in the Midwest, but also then creating a wonderful community center and space for people. And so with our areas of focus, we are known again for putting on and producing the Columbus Pride Festival, which is the largest one. And it also is a resource sphere. So I think that's the other thing that people, we try to help people understand that it is a resource sphere. Often there are people who are coming out of community who don't have access to particular resources year round. And so this moment allows them to plug into that. But with our four sort of programmatic and pillar areas, we also ensure that we are creating community programs that are focused on community member needs. I think as a LGBTQ community, we have seen sort of the evolution of identity here in Columbus, and increase in queer identities coming out and being more public, but also the intersection at where they sit. And so our community programs try to ensure that we are meeting communities where they are, but also recognizing that the queer community is fairly diverse and immeasurably intersectional. But I think as a community, we are seeing a very welcoming space here in Columbus, and I think just the continued education and affirmation of acceptance, I think is going to be probably the most important thing.